Hello everyone, welcome to this series of C tutorials. In this presentation, we will be concentrating on user-defined data types. There are four user-defined data types in C, that is structures, unions, type definition, and enumeration. Structures. Structures are used when we want to use multiple variables of different data types. The difference between structure and array is we can store different data type in structures and we can store same data type in arrays. For example, if you want to store data of literacy rate, where we have two fields. First one is country ID, which is integer, and literacy rate, which is wrote in terms of floating point numbers. Here is an example to demonstrate the structures. Here we defined a structure named world and we got two data. The first one is ID and the second one is literacy rate, which is wrote in terms of floating point numbers. In the main function, we are declaring a structure and the variable name is India. Within the curly brackets, we are mentioning the ID and the literacy rate. The data is not the exact number. For demonstration purpose, we can assume some values. Next, we are declaring one more variable named France and we are passing value 2 and 95.1 as literacy rate. The same follows for Italy. Finally, we are printing the values of structures that we have defined. To access the variable, just type the variable name dot followed by the variable name within the structure. This is the output. So what's happening internally? When we declare struct world India, within the RAM, two blocks of memory created sequentially. One is for ID, second is for literacy rate. This whole block constitutes a structure. Similar structure is followed for France and Italy variables. Nested structures. A structure can contain another structure. Since structure can hold multiple data types, we can store structure within structure. This concept is very useful when we are dealing with linked list, trace, and some other linear and non-linear data types. Basic structure of linked list. This is a basic structure of linked list. First, we will define a structure. Within the structure, we will define multiple data types, and one among the data type is the structure itself. So basically, we are storing the memory address of a structure. It could be memory address of the next element or it could be memory address of previous element. That depends on how we implement the linked list. Bit fields. There is a provision in structures to access parts of bit of a number. This is an example to demonstrate bit fields. We defined a structure named bit fields. In the structure, we defined two more variables, unsigned int A, unsigned int B. And we want only the starting 2 bits of a number once we assign the value to it. In the main function, we are declaring a structure and the name of the variable is test. and we are defining two more variables, unsigned integer x and y, both are 14. Now we are assigning value to a and b within the structures. Test.a is x, that is 14, test.b is y, that is 14, and we are accessing only the starting two bits. Finally, we are printing test.a and test.b. This is the output, 14, that is test.a, and 2, that is test.b. We are accessing only the starting two bits. Starting two bits we are accessing here. The binary equivalent of 14 is 1110. Since we are just accessing only the starting two bits, 10, the value is 2 in decimal. Union is similar to the structure. The difference is, once we instantiate the value within the variable in a union, the latest instantiation will be stored in the memory. The rest all are replaced with the present one, the latest one. We will demonstrate this practically. Here we can see the 97, the value 97, that is the second variable char b is replaced on the first variable int a. We are getting both output as 97, and we can see it shares the same memory address. The memory address got replaced. Type definition. Type def is a compiler token where we can define user defined data types, and type defs are processed during compilation, not during pre-processing stage. This is a simple program to demonstrate type definition. Here we defined a user defined data type named byte, that is unsigned char pointer. This points to a memory location in the RAM. In the main function, we are writing normal way of defining a variable unsigned char a, and next case we are using type def. This byte will be replaced during compilation to unsigned char pointer. The pointer will be assigned both for variables b and c. Now we are assigning value to a, b and c. In a we are storing some value, in b we are storing address of a, and c we are storing address of a. Then we are printing the same 3 pointers. The first parameter is the address of a, b and c. Here we can see the output. Both variable b and c are unsigned char pointer. Enumerations data types could be used in place of defined macros. The difference between defining a macro and enumeration is enumerated data types are processed during compilation and not during pre-processing stage, whereas macros are processed during pre-processing stage, where the values will be replaced by a macro name. This is a simple example to demonstrate enumeration. Here we defined enum test1. Test1 is the name of the variable, and the values we defined in a sequential order. If values are not initialized for value 0, value 1 and value 2, the values are automatically instantiated by the compiler to 0, 1, 2 and so on. If we initialize some value to enum value, that value could be used in the program. In the main function, we are instantiating enum test1 and we are storing that in a variable named object1. Next we are printing the values of enum, value 0, value 1, value 2, value 3. As expected, the value 0 is 0, value 1 is 1, value 2 is 5, and value 2 should be 6. Let us check the output. Here we can see the output, which is consistent with our understanding of enumeration. Programmer can specify a value during defining enum. From that point, the values get updated sequentially with a newly defined value. What it is meant to say is, once we instantiate value to a enum, in this case we instantiated value 5 to value 2. Now this becomes the beginning point where value gets updated sequentially. This video is presented by Avari Technologies. Please do hit subscribe button to get more content. Thank you.